Well then, Tom, we have here some Drennan Acolyte hooks. We've got two patterns.
We have.
We've got the Maggot Plus in barbed and barbless, and we've also got a micro red finesse hook.
We have.
Now I feel like, I don't know, you'll know more about this than me, but I feel that Drennan hooks have now taken on a bit of a rebrand almost, and I'm a bit confused. You'll explain this to me. But is the Acolyte, is this a new pattern of hooks, or is it a rebranding of?
I believe these are all new patterns of hooks.
Oh, okay.
So I was first shown these by Alan Scotthorne, and he was genuinely waxing lyrical about them, saying how impressed he was with them, how good they are, and how many fish he'd been catching on them. I then spoke to another mate of mine who fishes a lot of rivers, and he was using them at Burton Joyce, catching an awful lot of fish. So I thought I'd give them a go myself, and it's so hard with hooks, isn't it? Because you try something, and on some days you do just naturally lose a lot of fish, and other days you don't. But I gave them a go on a particularly tough day, and I must be honest, it was actually these ones. Where are they? The Maggot Pluses that I tried in the 16.
Right.
And I did lose quite a few fish that day on them, so the jury was out for me.
Yeah.
But we've used them today on the feeder. We've caught quite a lot of fish on them. I quite like them.
What pattern that you've seen before would that remind you of? I mean,
Let's have a look.
Do you think they're a copy of something, or just is they're a very long, they're quite a long hook, but with a very gradual?
It's like,
sort of bend, aren't
to me, that's like a cross between something like a B911 and a Guru F1 Maggot.
I was going to say F1 Maggot.
Yeah, it's
they are different. So I mean, they certainly look the part. My mistake. See, this is where my mind went. Was when I saw the red finesse. Automatically, I was drawing Drennan hook.
Yeah.
Is it the Drennan Ultrafine pole?
Yes.
They were a bit of a cult hook.
They were, yeah.
But I don't think they were like that, were they?
No, they weren't. No. It's slightly different.
Yeah.
I mean, it says on the back here, a major step forward in hook processing, resulting in significantly stronger spade ends with more durable, long life needle points. So there's something in the range for the natural venue angler for sure, because we've got the barb, or the micro barb, should I say, versions in there. We've got the barbless versions as well. What do you make of them? I mean, obviously we're looking at a small selection today. There's only two patterns here. What do you think?
No, I think the Maggot hook. We've used that one today. I think I'd like that one for maggot fishing. For F1s, things like that.
Yeah.
They look like they've got a bit of strength there, so you wouldn't be they wouldn't be undergunned for anything in the odd carp. Perhaps use them exclusively for carp. I don't know whether I look at the red finesse and I just think they're a bloodworm hook, or something like that.
Yeah.
Spot pinkies, that sort of thing. They look a very nice hook. They've got a nice long shank on them, so nice for unhooking when you're catching lots of small fish.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll be absolutely fine. I'm trying to think where I'd use them on the venues I fish, and I can't really see personally where I'd use them, but I can see the shot. The one thing I did notice, which I've never seen this on a hook before, is on the back of the packet they put the gauge of the wire. So the red microbarb is saying 0.30. So that's the same diameter as like how we diametrise lines.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, and the bigger one you've got.
The same one. It's 041 gauge forged. It says PTFE coated. Yeah. So obviously they've built some PTFE coated into the range as well.
Is that putting the diameter of the wire? Is that a new thing that you think we'll see more of in future, or does it?
I like the thought of it, because the more you talk to certain anglers, people are preoccupied by the weight of hooks often, aren't they? So the gauge of wire would have a big impact on what some anglers would choose. For me personally, Dave, I don't know about you, I have to go fishing with it. I have to try it, and then I find out whether I like it or not, because so much of it is linked. I think so much about hooks is linked to everything else in your setup, i.e. if you're matching it to the right elastic, or if you're on a waggler, what size rod you're using, what weight rod, and how big your float is. There's all these other factors, isn't there?
Or in your case, how hard you strike.
Exactly. There's all these other things that affect what hook you need to use, and it's only by messing about that you suss them out. But as I said, I had one bad day on them, but having used them today and seen them perform brilliantly, and having talked to some great anglers who've caught a lot of fish, I'm definitely going to be giving these another go.
I will just say one thing, and it's only a minor criticism, but I don't like having the packets all the same. Different patterns, same packet. I always liked going into a tackle shop and seeing the different packets. So if you imagine Drennan hooks used to have the carbon match, carbon chub, pink packet, green packet. I like that because it does separate them.
You could easily pick up the wrong
I
one.
could be stood looking at the wall looking for the hook for a long time, and that's perhaps just more about me than the hooks. But I think branding is important. With
Absolutely,
and,
differentiate between the patterns.
Yeah, and I do think that could be important for their display purposes. But with regards to the hooks himself, that means absolutely nothing.
No.
But that's our view on them.
Yeah.
Shall we see what Vinny at Wickersley Angling tend to
Let's see what Vinny's got to say.
I was talking to our cameraman yesterday, and I talked to Mr. Scotthorne and some of our other customers about hooks, and I got put on to the Drennan Acolyte Red Finesse, and I've been using them on our canal network, which is all pinky work, so you're catching a lot of fish sometimes, and you need a hook that stays sharp, keeps its point, don't bend. Try the Red Finesse hooks. They're absolutely stunning for that work, and probably the best hook I've used for it.